Live from New York, it's Ask an Engineer.
Hey everybody, welcome to another awesome Ask Engineer. We're here broadcasting live from the Adafruit factory in production today, downtown Manhattan.
We move around the Ask an Engineer filming locations.
We're basically on a Roomba, a really big one. We're going to roll around. I'm Lady Ada, I'm the engineer. With me is Phil.
Hello.
The camera control, also has a really nice leather jacket.
Evening pick and place operator. Evening is weekend shift now.
Okay, that's cool.
Okay, so speaking of,
we have this loud thing.
we have this slight noise in the background. It's because the Samsung SM482 pick and place machine, 28,000 components per hour.
Yes.
20 times faster than our previous pick and place machine.
Easily.
Is up and running. We're
Yay.
using it. We're cranking out more boards than ever. Did a full week of training. We're still doing a lot of learning and a lot of other stuff. So we're going to do a little quick demo, then we're going to shut it down because it has
a little noisy.
A little bit of noise. One of the things is, I should explain. Someone sent us these googly eyes. Thank you, whoever you are out there who sent us the googly eyes. I'm personally against the googly eyes. This is a very cold and fast and dedicated machine.
Cute.
Yeah,
happy.
I see this and I think more of a quiet, fast thing. It's just all speed and it's very like.
That's a compressor.
That's our air compressor. So and that brings up the pressure inside of the machine to do all the stuff.
Yeah.
So we actually have a demo. One of the things that we did is we programmed in a board, and you can do a dry run. The dry run basically doesn't care if it doesn't have a board or pretty much anything.
No, it doesn't do actually vision checks. It just runs through as if that's what it would take to run this board.
Yeah.
It's good for like timing. If you're like, how long will this board take to run? It'll do basically everything that it would have to do, so you can time it, see what the motion range is, make sure everything looks okay.
Yeah, and one of the neat things is the little light here. It makes it look like smiling. But one of the we're thinking of names for the pick and place machine because every piece of machinery needs a name. And
Sammy the Samsung.
Yeah, you like Sammy the Samsung machine?
Yeah.
So I think the name should be a very fast dragon of maybe some South Korean dragon lore, because this is from Samsung, was made in South Korea, flown here. And
it
so
has wings. It's a flying dragon.
Something very fast and like stealthy and very powerful and cold. Maybe I'm projecting.
It's not cold. It's warm. It's
all right. So anyways.
So happy. Look at these googly eyes.
Yeah. So anyways, I'm gonna press the start button. And what it's gonna do is on the screen over here, it actually runs XP, and it has a vision system and it has all the things that you expect a pick and place machine. It says it's working on a board, but I'm just gonna press start. And go here.
Okay. So let's watch it.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Kind of see it.
I'm gonna turn this on.
Yeah, you'll be able to kind of like get an idea. So the head is moving very fast, and right now it's looking at where it would have done stuff. I'll give you an idea.
Yeah, it's tough to see because it's dark in there.
Yeah.
Do you want to turn on that one?
So the other thing is we'll probably have a camera in here soon, and we'll be able to broadcast live.
Yeah.
And one of our goals and our missions, because we'd like to see other factories and organizations do this, is it'd be great if you could see where the stuff is made, who's making it, and buy it right there.
And googly eyes.
And
I don't know.
Yeah, you're obsessed with the googly eyes. So
it'll be like the first tweeting pick and place.
Yeah. So anyways, I'm gonna shut it down.
Oh no.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, it has 6 nozzles, and it picks up 6 parts at a time, and places 6 parts at a time. It's pretty exciting. Do you want to maybe lift it?
And we're
so now you're shutting it down.
Yeah, finish this now. And now I'm going to shut it. It's in idle mode. Not going to save the file because this is a dry run file. And it's going to take a couple of seconds or so, and then once we shut it down, we'll turn off the big red switch. And if you look at our Adafruit Twitter account, you'll see some vines, some short 6-second videos of some of the manufacturing.
We took some nice little videos during the week during training of it making boards. That's kind of cool.
Oh, and here we go.
Exit Windows. Yes.
Yeah. And it says it's now safe to turn off your computer, but it's also safe to turn off the pick and place machine. So we'll have some more cool stuff with this. We like documenting things, and a lot of people show an interest in asking about this machine who are in manufacturing. We looked at a lot of different pick and place machines. We always try to make the smart decision. We've waited for
a year.
5 years, really, like a dream of having this. So now it's time to turn off this.
Turn it off.
And now it's off.
Now it's a quiet pick and place, but it will still be with us because it's too heavy to move anywhere.
Yeah, and so
it weighs how much? 5,800 pounds.
More than that. Yeah. Well, no, I'm sorry. Altogether, maybe 48 when it.
48.
Yeah, when it got here. I have to look because it came in a multiple skid thing, but it's a very heavy machine. It has to be heavy because it moves around so fast.
Yeah, it actually shakes a little bit. It shakes the floor, even though we're in a complete concrete building. It does shake the floor a little bit when it moves because the momentum of the head probably weighs like 100, 150 pounds or something.
Yeah.
It moves around at such high speeds.
Okay, so let's start the show here.
Okay.
Live from your contestant engineer.
No,
No, I know. So let's just start off with paying some bills. FilmFest is the code. We'll get to that in a minute. FilmFest is the code.
Tribeca.
Yeah, 10% off everything in the Adafruit store. On tonight's show, we will go over the show and tell. We had someone show up, and we also did our own show and tell. We have Pack at the Mailbag, letters, we get letters. We've got Wearable Wednesday, 3D Thursday, Pi Day, big news at the Web IDE, Lady Ada.
Big release.
Let's talk about that, big release. Got new products, top secret thing going on here.
Ooh.
Answer your questions, have a trivia question, all that and more on Ask an Engineer.
Yay.
So, here we go.
Go.
Okay, so here's the thing. Once again, FilmFest is a code, 10% off in the Adafruit store.
Yeah.
It expires tonight, midnight, so make sure you order it right away. You can do it right now, you can do it right after the show.
I can't wait to find out why it's called FilmFest.
Right, it's called FilmFest for a very specific reason. Adafruit is doing the first ever 6-second electronics film festival. Nobody's ever done an electronics film festival for 6 seconds.
New York loves film festivals.
Yeah, we love film. We're right by Tribeca, so they did a 6-second
And the Film Forum is up the street too.
So here's the deal.
Okay.
All you have to do is make a 6-second electronic film. It's something about electronic projects that you've made and done. Tag it Adafruit 6X on Twitter. We have a whole set of instructions. You can look on the site. And you're probably wondering, well, what possible things have people have done since we just posted this? Oh, wait, but there's prizes. Let me talk about the prizes real quick. $600 in the Adafruit store if you win.
Wow.
Yeah. And then we're going to have
that's crazy.
Then we're going to have 6 runners-up with $60 gift certificates. And I'll tell you why we did this, because it's very hard to get folks to film their stuff. They like making stuff. They don't always like filming it and documenting and everything. But everybody seems to have these phones that have like the little apps and everything. And so we thought this would be neat. Now, you don't have to use an iPhone. You don't have to use anything.
Do you have to use Vine?
Don't have to use Vine. All you have to do is make a 6-second film.
As long as you can post it online so everyone can see it.
So you could put it on Google+, you could put it on Facebook. You can even email us the link to it somewhere on the web. Doesn't matter. We just want a beautiful 6-second film about something cool electronic that you made. Now,
it can be an Ogg Vorbis or whatever.
Yeah. You can't, of course, use copyrighted music or someone else's videos. This just has to be your stuff.
Yeah.
So let me show you an example.
You guys are all originals.
Let me show you an example of someone just posted. Super cute.
Let's see.
So check this out. Oop, that's the wrong camera over there. That's funny. Yeah. That's funny that it's that camera.
That's okay.
Yeah, so that's one of the ones someone posted. It's just this little guy that.
It's a little robot guy that follows a hand.
Yeah, it's super cute. So there you go. We're back. That's us here.
Hey.
Yeah, the overhead. So that's a little cute version right there. And then.
Yeah, I wonder how how's it doing to detect the person?
Yeah, well, we'll find out, right? Because that's a cool project. So that's what a person in the community already made. And then here's one that Tyler made. You guys are gonna like this. So, see how it loops? It's very fun.
I like the boobity boop.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a cute video.
Okay. All right. So let's move on to show and
So that's
tell.
some good inspiration.
Yep. Okay. Speaking of inspiration, people showing their projects, we had show and tell.
We did.
Want to talk about what was on it?
We had one person, but that person had an awesome project, so it was like 10 people's worth. Dustin showed up, and he's making stuff in his kitchen, and he's in Wichita, and Makerspace just opened up. He helped open up a Makerspace, and so he's doing all sorts of cool electronics. And his friend is a DJ, and he wanted an LED thing for his DJ booth. I guess there was something where he's like, I need to have a better DJ booth. So he built a stick that's like 3 foot long using our digital LED strip, and it uses a spectrum analyzer chip. And when the bass goes high, I'm assuming there's some spectrum analysis going on. It like lights up more LEDs. So as like the music goes, like it'll do effects and LEDs, and there's like right and left channel, and it's cool. And he's gonna like make 5 more of them, and then it's gonna scroll text, or I don't know, something crazy. And I hope he gets into some good parties.
Yeah. For the show and tell, we also did what?
We showed off the picking place a bunch.
Yeah.
Just like we did
a live demo. We cranked it up. We did the whole thing.
We turned it on. You can, if you want to watch how you turn such a beast on, you should watch a show and tell.
Yeah. There's not a lot of online, people who have these machines, they don't show and share about them. So we think that we'll have some of the first videos.
Most electronics out there are most electronic manufacturing equipment out there is in contract manufacturing houses, and a lot of them are in the U.S. and in those who are, like, they're not going to publish what they're working on. They're not going to show videos. There's no information online at all about picking places. They cost like $150,000, $250,000. They can get very expensive. Yet there's no information on them. It's funny. It's like you get more information online about $2.50 toothpaste. Like there's thousands of reviews of toothpaste, but not a lot of people buy these and they don't talk about them. So we had to do a lot of research to get this machine. We went to Apex Expo in San Diego.
Yeah.
We quizzed everybody we knew, and we got the Samsung. We're happy with it.
Yeah, we shopped around and we made, I think, a really smart decision that'll be good for short-term and long-term. So, Lady Ada, how do people? Oh wait, I gotta do this. If you've been on the show and tell, you will get it as seen on the show and tell sticker, the coveted sticker.
Yes.
And
you can't buy the sticker.
Yeah, you can.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a product.
Damn.
Well, some people wanted to buy them and then give them to people that were going to be on the show and tell for kids as a reward. So I put it in the store and just like, here's what it is. Also, it makes it easy for us to keep track of inventory. How do they get on the show and tell, Lady Ada?
But you shouldn't get one unless you've been on the show and tell, or you plan to. It's super easy to get on the show and tell. You have to be added to our show and tell circle on Google+. So log into Google+. And then go to our Adafruit page. It's at plus.google.com/+Adafruit, and look for the post where we say, hey, post here to get added to our Google circle for show and tell, and post there. And we'll add you, and then you'll get an invite at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Saturday, because we don't do anything else on Saturday night, and you can join Phil and myself, and we will talk about your DJ booth project for 20 minutes, and it'll be awesome.
Yeah.
So show up next week.
Okay. Just a reminder, the code is FilmFest, and it's for our celebrating our Adafruit 6-second film festival. It's going to go till May 6th. Judges of the Film Fest are Adafruit staff. John Janier, he's here in the chat.
How many times can you enter?
You can enter as many times as you want.
You can enter as many times as you want.
Yeah.
So just make as many videos as you want.
So John Janier's a judge.
Yeah.
Becky's a judge.
Am I a judge?
Matt's a judge. Lady Ada's a judge.
I'm a judge.
Molly's a judge.
Is MOSFET a judge?
Matt's a judge. MOSFET doesn't really like Vine. He likes watching pigeons out the window.
He loves pigeons.
Yeah.
We have pigeons outside of our window, and he just loves watching them.
So
it's like pigeon tube.
All right. So let's all right. So let's hit the news and get this on. We got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, I know.
All right. I'm just gonna grind through these really fast. Big news. I've been trying to keep track of some of the Maker stuff. I don't have time to write big articles on Make so much, but this was kind of an interesting thing. So Mudge, who you know, is going to Google. So he was running the DARPA stuff, and specifically the
Fast Track.
The Hackerspace or Makerspace sponsorship.
Well, it wasn't that Makerspaces and Hackerspaces were sponsored, but it was a way to sponsor them by having them submit projects. So they didn't. It wasn't like a grant system where you just said, hey, like, give me $5,000 to run a Hackerspace. Instead, they did these DARPA grants where you would submit a project, and they were really looking for like hacky projects. It could be software or hardware, but it was meant for like research and implementation of cool stuff, and a lot of like really interesting projects came out of them. I saw some like MyFair stuff. I saw some JTAG debugging stuff that came out of it, and basically you could apply for a grant. It was a couple $1,000s, and you could apply and get a response within a few weeks. It's very, very fast. Not months. Usually it's like 6-12 months to get grants from like many government agencies. But the idea behind the DARPA Cyber Fast Track was to do this really fast. So he went there for 3 years or so, which is as long as DARPA actually has something interesting, which I really like. If you go there as a program manager, it's limited. Like the day you show up, they're like, you are here for 3 years, 2 years, or whatever, and then you're gone. There's no way to extend your stay.
Yeah.
So it means that a project can't drag on forever. And also, but if it's successful, then they'll run it again. So there'll probably be another Cyber Fast Track project, maybe by somebody else who will run it. But his time at DARPA is done, which is good because he can move on to other things, and also there's like fresh blood coming into DARPA. So he's moved on to Google.
Yeah. Okay. So next up.
Overall, interesting story.
Yeah.
I don't know. I found this really fascinating because DARPA loves doing this kind of research, and they funded some really interesting stuff. So do Google around for the Cyber Fast Track projects to see what neat stuff came out of this program.
Yeah. Next up, the Girl Scouts have a game design, a video game badge. And this is something we've watched for a while. We wanted to talk to the Girl Scouts. We've kind of exchanged some emails with different scouting organizations. We have our whole collection of skill badges for modern skills like 3D printing and computer programming and Python and laser cutting, and so they have a video game badge. This is a big deal. I think this is based off the Boy Scout one. And then this is the article I wrote a long time ago on Make, and it was about is it time for Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts 2.0?
But it's not just video game; it's game design in general.
Yeah, it's game design. I believe.
Game design is hard.
So. We'll see what happens when it comes out. But good first step. We like this. We'd like to see 3D printing ones. We've told the scouting organizations if they want to use our designs for the badges, they can. So we're hoping one day they adopt things like 3D printing and Linux and all that, all the badges that we have. So next up, it was big training week here.
Yay!
Wanted to do a shout out to our team who did the training. We got Lady Ada, we got Ken from Samsung, we got Andy, the director of production, we got James, and we got Bacon. Kind of arranged everybody by like almost height here. So this is our team this is the machine as we're getting it.
Yes, that was like the first day.
Yeah, this is as we're getting going.
It's got the going thing going on.
Yeah, and this is when we did our first round of boards.
Yes, we did our first round of boards, and this was what boards were these? I don't even remember what boards these were, but we did
the servo drivers. I don't know.
No,
we did a lot. We did a lot
of boards, and the cool thing is that we did floor pixels first, and actually that's not the stack. I think that's a stack of LED matrix drivers.
Yeah.
And normally doing this many boards would have taken us like 5-6 hours, but it only took us half an hour.
Yeah.
It took us an hour to program it in because the first time you program it in, you have to like teach it the parts and like locations. One of the cool things is it's very easy to import from EagleCAD into the program running on the Samsung. So instead of, I think you could do it on the MDC machine, but like I never really figured it out. Instead with this, it's really nice because it's very easy to set your origin, and then it's really smart. You can it'll scan for the fiducials and align all your data, and then you're ready to go. So if we had a board that has more than like 2 or 3 parts, we would just import the data.
Yeah.
It's easy for a couple. It's also very easy to hand edit, and like for boards that only had a couple different components, sometimes we would just enter them in by hand. If it was a breakout and there's only like 3 parts, because importing it's like it's the origin, the rotation, whatever. And sometimes it's just easier just like point and click, and you're ready to go.
Yeah, it's transformative for us. I mean, we could do so much stuff in such a small amount of time. It also means we can get more designs out. Everything will be in stock. Thank you for folks who've waited. We have a lot of demand.
It's been tough.
Word got out that we have a lot of great products, and a lot of people buy a lot of them.
It's been a challenge, and until now it was actually not technically possible for us to keep all of the pick and place component kits that we have in stock. I mean, we have to also deal with like the OLED factories, like close or out of business or whatever, or whatever, or like this LCD is like doesn't work anymore. But the biggest issue we had was we actually just couldn't make stuff fast enough, and outsourcing wasn't an option because that would slow it down even more.
Yeah.
So we could keep stuff in stock, but it was always out of stock for like a week here and there. But now we'll actually be able to catch up and keep everything in stock, and also design more stuff. So like I designed this great new color sensor.
Yeah.
And normally it would take me like
color sensor. That's not audio. Don't talk about that yet.
But anyways, if I did design one, instead of taking like a full day to program it and run the boards, and there'd always be like problems and we have to fix them and like a lot of tweaking. This places everything perfectly centered, perfect every time. It can do down to 01, 005s, no problem.
Yeah.
Although we don't use parts that small, it can do them.
We can, yeah. You can package on package if you want.
It can do anything.
Yeah. Okay. So let's keep moving. Big news in the world of our YouTube channel. No, it's true. We got look the YouTube.
Well, you're always saying the big news in the world of X, and like it's just so you're like, wait,
It
what?
is.
World of what?
Look, if you follow our YouTube channel, this is the biggest news of the week.
Yeah, what is this? What is this?
We have a little video trailer. I want to show it to you.
Okay, let's watch it.
Becky put this together.
Oh yeah, I watched it.
Yeah, let's
It's
watch
great.
Welcome to Adafruit. We bring do-it-yourself electronics to life here at our factory in New York City. Our YouTube channel is home to hundreds of unique open source projects that you can build at home.
Learn to make internet-connected devices with the Raspberry Pi.
Explore the A to Z's of electronics with me, MakerBot.
We make learning fun and easy.
Tune in live every week for Ask Engineer with me, Lady Ada, the engineer.
Discover inspiring projects by makers all over the world, and even show off your own creation on our weekly Hangout on Air, the Adafruit Electronics Show and Tell.
And join me every Wearable Wednesday for a fashion-forward project you can make and wear. We've got something for everyone, so browse our video library and subscribe to the Adafruit channel on YouTube to join the party.
Okay, so that's our kind of our YouTube trailer, and this lets you know about the videos that we have. So go to youtube.com/.
When does this appear the first time? Or?
So it works. YouTube has all sorts of interesting things. If you're a subscriber to the channel, you'll see other things. If you're not a subscriber, maybe you'll get this trailer and you'll see all the things about the channel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, kind of neat.
Yeah, how many videos do we have?
We have a lot of videos.
Hundreds,
we're well over 100. I used to keep track of the videos, but I actually don't care about the number of the videos. I care about how many people are subscribed to it. So over 20,000, and our views were almost up to 3 million.
Wow.
Those are the ones I care about.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Number of videos. It's more. We like to have really great quality ones. We like to have like fun and fast ones.
But I love the number of tutorials. That's why I asked the guys to add it to the end, the bottom.
Yeah,
of
we have over 208 tutorials in a different learning system.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, remember, code is FilmFest.
Help us pay off this gigantic Samsung machine.
And that's for
these googly eyes too.
Well, we're also giving away $600 for this FilmFest thing. So.
Yeah, but for that you have to. There's nothing to buy. You just have to enter.
Yeah. So here's another entry, sort of, the FilmFest. This is from our own staff
Internal,
and team.
in-house.
Yeah, but this is one of the ones I was talking about before. And there it is. The Pixel machine is great. It's a 6-second loop, and these are NeoPixels.
And it's actually. So yeah, the first thing we made was floor pixels out, and it's been hard for us to keep them in stock. So we feed the board in. It pixel places 20 pixels in about 30 seconds, just for a minute, and then it pops them out. It is so fast. It picks up 6 pixels worth of lots at once.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. Pack the mailbag. Here's the mailbag. Every week we get letters. Your letters. Adafruit, thank you for the rapid delivery of items. One of the downsides of being stationed in Guam, that most shipments takes about a month to get here. Yours made it here in less than 2 weeks. Today on Twitter, someone said, I got my package from you from, you sent it from the U.S. to Norway. It got there in less than 4 days.
Wow.
We ship so fast. Sometimes things are out of our control. Some countries, it just takes forever to get through the postal system, or something happens, but like almost 100% of the time. Because we're so fast. We're right next to a mail hub here in New York
And we
City.
have customs paperwork ready to go, and everything's included, and it's awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Next up.
405 videos, by the way.
Okay.
So
That's excellent.
next up, one quick thing. We're just gonna go to Wearable Wednesday because I'm gonna skip around a little bit here.
Yeah.
Wearable Wednesday. This is our look at all things wearable. We got a little video that we want to show you about Flora. We wanted to show and share what our new platform is. It's a wearable electronic platform, Arduino compatible. I'm going to show that video in a second. One bit of news though, there's a Pebble hackathon and NYC Resistor. I'm interested in watching this because it's a new piece of hardware. It came out after a big Kickstarter, and now people are starting to hack it, and then you see a hackathon. So hacker spaces are becoming places where once people get their hardware, then they want to go do more stuff. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's our Flora video. This is all about Flora.
This is Flora. It's Adafruit's wearable electronics platform that's made right here in New York City at the Adafruit factory. The Flora main board is small enough to embed in any wearable project, and it has large pads for connecting our premium stainless steel thread. The pads are laid out to make it easy to connect sensors, like the Ultimate GPS, this motion sensor, or the Flora light sensor. But our favorite so far has got to be these addressable, color-changing LED pixels. They're designed to be daisy-chained and easy to sew. Flora's got an onboard power switch and a protected power supply you can use with battery packs from 3.5 to 16 volts. Since it uses the powerful 32U4 microprocessor, Flora has built-in USB support and can act like a keyboard or mouse just by plugging into its mini USB connector. Flora is perfect for designing your own expressive and functional electronic fashions, interactive plush toys, paper crafts, data logging, and e-textile experiments. Want to learn more about Flora and create amazing wearable electronics projects of your own? Check out our ever-growing tutorial library at learn.adafruit.com and subscribe to the Adafruit YouTube channel for new wearable videos every Wednesday.
All right. And then here's one last thing. So this is another 6-second video that we made. So our staff can't win,
I know.
but they can enter. But we'll have our staff picks. There will be people on staff who win.
Well, we'll probably get them something.
They can't win the $600. So, this is a project that Becky and Marissa are working on almost as we speak right now.
Yeah.
This is a skirt that has an accelerometer in it, and as you dance more and dance different ways, it'll glow different colors. That's also laser cut leather.
Yeah.
Cool stuff. It'll be coming out very soon. Okay, next up, 3D Thursday. All things in the world of 3D. You know what? I got one more little 6-second video. I forgot I did this one. Look at this. This is printing a little Buddha head on a replicator. In my 3D Thursday list.
No, you got
All right.
you went by crazy.
Yeah. Next up, Matt, our director of community and support here at Adafruit, is going to be speaking at the 3D Printing Expo next week. Go see him. He's the one who designed this favorite project here. One of my favorite projects. One of his too. The watch, the 3D printed band. We did have MakerBots in stock. We had them here, and then they went out of stock.
We had them on Monday.
Yeah, they went fast. So these are the Adafruit edition ones.
Yeah.
Comes with kits, comes with a custom little branded plate. Really super good deal, and they went fast.
But
Next
we'll have more maybe.
Yeah,
soon.
next up, Pi Day. Each week we like to talk about things from the Raspberry Pi world.
Yeah.
This is a cool scanner cloud thing. You scan something and then it goes through the Pi and it's uploaded to the cloud. It uses our little LCD. This is a really cool project. You spotted this one. This is the email one. It checks your email and tells you how many emails you have. It uses some great Adafruit tutorials.
It's a good beginner project.
Yeah. And then the big news in the world of Adafruit Web ID, top story at the Web ID gossip sites.
Yeah.
It's the Web ID. Whoops, I switched those. That's the overhead. That overhead wants to make its debut a lot tonight, yeah. Here is all the listed changes. So, GitHub support. Huge.
People wanted it.
Yeah.
We offered it.
New
but
offline
you have
mode.
to edit a thing because it's not default.
Yeah. By the way, what is Web ID? Good question.
You want me to answer that?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know. Sometimes you're like, you want the Web ID is a programming environment for the Raspberry Pi that's meant to be as easy as Pi. It's the easiest way to get started programming with the Raspberry Pi. You install it, or maybe you'll buy one of our future SD cards that has it pre-installed. You will create a Bitbucket account so that your files are all stored safely in the cloud. You will log in, and you will be able to write code in a web browser. You do not have to, put a monitor on your Raspberry Pi. You can just start doing electronics projects with a Pi through a web browser. It's so easy. There's no drivers. There's no software. It's just the easiest thing possible. We've been working on it for the last couple months. It's lots of bug fixing and a lot of tweaking, but it's getting really close. I'd say this is beta now. It's no longer alpha.
Yeah.
I would be like,
It's
yeah,
there.
it's beta.
So it's great. Try it out if you want to learn or inspire someone to learn computer programming. This is a great way to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna jump into new products because we got a lot of stuff to cover. Whew, I don't know if we're gonna make it, but we're gonna try. Yeah.
We're not gonna make it.
Yeah, our code is FilmFest.
Did we skip something though?
No,
Okay.
I skipped a couple things, so we
Okay.
gotta go right to new products.
Okay.
Let's start this. It's new product time, Lady Ada.
Hey, can we? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's new product time. Okay.
Yeah.
First up is Conductive Velcro.
Yeah, this is cool stuff. It's a
Conductive Velcro. This is awesome. This is why you start a company, because you can actually get things like Conductive Velcro.
Well, you have to buy a lot.
No, it's expensive. But we got Conductive Velcro. We got it.
We do. We did get some Conductive Velcro. It's nylon and it's silver plated, which makes it kind of expensive. But it's basically just like the hook and loop tape you love and you're used to, except it's fully conductive. So let's test it with a multimeter. For those that do not believe,
Is hooks or loops better for positive?
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
So let's
All
check
right,
it out.
you want to go to the overhead?
Yeah.
This overhead wants to be around all night.
Okay, now we've got this overhead. So we are here. We have the hook and loop tape. We have some hook and we have some loop. We can make annoying sounds. Each one is conductive. I've got my multimeter here. So it's beeping. And then not conductive, but when you attach them, conductive.
Yeah.
And it's only a couple ohms. Hold on.
So great for wearable electronics, obviously.
Yeah, so it's like 3 ohms, 2 ohms. It's kind of it's multimeter's not great at measuring really low resistance stuff, but basically, you know, it's extremely low power. I wouldn't put more than like 100 milliamps to this stuff. Although it should be able to handle more.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like an ohm or less. We have some stats on the site. It's really expensive stuff, so we're only going to sell 3-inch pieces because that's the only way we could do it. So it would be like $7.50. But you know, this is the stuff. I looked far and wide and could not find anything else that would work as good.
Futuristic cool stuff, and we got it
Yeah.
here in the Adafruit store.
So great for wearable projects. We're adding like a new product for the wearables department.
Could it
like
act
every
as a
day.
simple switch?
That'd be a great way. So it's like a bag, and when you close the Velcro, it would, you know, power a project or something.
Max current voltage rating.
Let's check the stats. Also,
Check the stats on this.
I also just mentioned it.
Yep. Okay. Next up, got these little boards. These should be cute. I love these things.
Yeah, these are actually these photos are much better than showing them on the overhead. So
Okay,
I'll just
yeah,
show
we'll do
them that way. So these are little FPC sticks. I designed these for me because I needed them. I had to connect some flex circuits to a breadboard, and they're really hard to do without a flex connector. But flex connectors are always like different sizes, and like there's a couple different pitches. And I didn't want to create a separate breakout board for every time I had a flex connector I wanted to use. So instead, I was like, oh, I know, I'll just make a stick, and then you can attach any connector. And so on one side is 0.5 millimeters, which is actually the most popular. Almost everything is 0.5 millimeter pitch. It's a very fine pitch. And the other side is 1.0 millimeter pitch. But you can see here I have a 2 millimeter pitch connector. It's a little bit more for like advanced hacker use for people who are, you know, they end up getting a sensor or a display or something they have to interface with, and it only has an FPC, like a flexible connector.
I like your style, Lady Ada, because you're like, here's a tool that I made for me, but I would like to share it with the world. Here it is.
Well, you know what? If I was going to make one, I might as well make 200.
May as well make 1,000. All right, let's keep moving on.
Okay.
All right, Bluetooth dongles. We've got them. This is part of some ongoing Bluetooth things we're doing.
Yeah.
These are good ones.
Yeah, these are actually pretty good. These are Bluetooth 4, and I've noticed that a lot of times when you're buying Bluetooth modules for about this price, they're not 4.0, they're 2.0, and so a lot of stuff doesn't work with them. These are 4.0. This chipset is like the standard CSR Bluetooth 4 chipset. I've tested it a lot on Windows 7 because I've been doing a lot of Bluetooth experimentation. I got it to pair with a Bluetooth keyboard on a Raspberry Pi. So I'm assuming it works for like any other use with a Raspberry Pi. It definitely came up no problem. There was no driver installation issues, no errors. It should work with a Mac, except all of our Macs here have Bluetooth built in. But like if you don't, it should work. This is a classic Bluetooth chip. There's only 2 out there. There's one from CSR and one from Broadcom. They're both supported by everything. So while I haven't tested it on every single Linux distribution, so far the Raspberry Pi and Windows 7 have no problem with it.
Yeah.
And Windows definitely will support this in the future, so Windows 8 should also have no problem. And they're really cute and they're small. And yeah, they're 4.0, so they're backwards compatible with Bluetooth 2, and which is the most common sort of hobbyist Bluetooth 2.1, as well as Bluetooth Low Energy 4.0, as long as your operating system supports Bluetooth Low Energy.
And we are working really hard to fix Bluetooth for hobbyists, for the world. We're doing some really cool stuff.
Yeah, but I have to get a module. Because my computer doesn't have Bluetooth.
Very soon, everyone who likes Bluetooth and wants to do cool projects will know the word Bluefruit. Have I said too much?
You said too much.
Have I said too much? Okay,
yes.
Let's keep moving.
Damn your eyes.
Yeah, next up.
Okay.
Ears.
Ears.
Yeah. All right, next up.
Oh, Peltiers. You know what? Actually, let's
You want to skip around?
Yeah, let's talk about these, and then we'll do the demo.
You want to do these buttons first?
No. We'll do the Peltiers.
Okay, we'll do the Peltiers right now.
And then after this, we'll skip to the module, and then I'll show all at once.
Okay.
So Peltier modules, we has them. We ordered them a while ago and they finally showed up. These are great. We have 2 Peltier modules. We have a 12 volt 5 amp one, which is this bigger one, and I'll show them on the overhead as well.
Yeah.
And we also have a 5 volt 1 amp one, which is kind of what sometimes you see in like USB pluggy coolers and stuff. So Peltier modules are really interesting. Maybe P's for Peltier, we'll do a video about that. But they're a device where they actually work in 2 ways. They basically convert temperature differential to voltage differential, which is really neat, actually, if you think about it. And they're actually one of the few devices that can generate cold. It's very hard to generate cold. It's easy to generate heat, but it's hard to generate anti-heat. So when you put a voltage across this device, ceramic plates with these thermocouples, not thermocouples, but thermoelectric diodes, I think. I'm trying to remember what exactly the item is. I don't remember the exact semiconductor word for it, but you can also look it up on Wikipedia. When you put a voltage across them, 12 volts or 5 volts, there's a temperature differential. So one side gets hot and one side gets cold. So the good thing is that you can generate heat or cold. The problem is that if you want to generate cold or heat, you have to remove the temperature from the other side, because otherwise it'll conduct through. So for example, if you want to make something cold, usually they're used for cooling things off, because again, it's easy to heat stuff up. You can use a resistor to heat anything, but it's hard to cool things down. You have to get the heat away from the other side as fast as possible. So that's just something you have to think about when you're making these projects with these, is you can't just turn it on and expect just cold air to just appear forever on the other side. You have to get the hot air away from it, so a heat sink is required. So, all
right.
For that reason, we also have a full assembly. So instead of kind of being like, oh, you're on your own, you have to sort of figure out how to make your own Peltier.
You're dealing with Adafruit. We're not just going to do that.
No, so I wanted to have, well, some people want to have the modules because they want to fit into something, or they have something they can heat sink. But this is a full assembly for a Peltier. And this is actually even a higher quality Peltier than the one we got before, which is why a little bit more expensive. This one can create a better differential with lower power. And this one, I'll show it in detail, but it has a full heat sink attached to a fan. And so you can see here that the heat sink is that kind of like fingery piece of aluminum, and then the Peltier is at the very top, and it's bolted down. And then there's a 12 volt fan. So you run the whole thing off of like 12 volts, about 5 amps, and it gets really, really cold on the other side. So let's go to the overhead and I can shut off. Okay,
everyone get it out of your system. Just say cool. That's cool, cool, cool. Just go ahead and do it.
It's really cool.
Just get it out. Just get it out. Just do it.
Okay.
All right.
So, let me carefully. The problem is that this is...
Oh, look at that.
Hold on.
Icy.
Yeah, it is icy. So this is...
Brr, it's cold in here.
This is a Peltier that I've had running since the show started.
Yeah.
And you can see there's actually ice.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll scratch some off with a pen so you can see. So there's like a layer of ice on it. It's like maybe a millimeter or two thick. And I have a little temperature gauge here, and I can maybe stick this on. And I had this working before, but it's kind of tough to get it to stick properly. But I got it down to like 4 degrees, negative 4, negative...
Negative 4?
Negative 8 degrees. Hold on. This might require 2.
Cool.
Okay, hold on. There, I got it.
Keep saying cool.
This is tough. Okay. So let's watch it as it cools down. So you can see the ice, and the temperature is decreasing because this is a kind of a slow sensor. You can also hear the fan a little bit. Let's see the fan.
Yeah, not really.
Okay, so negative 8.8, negative 1.1. So I think at the coldest I got it ever was negative 10. It depends on what the ambient temperature is, because if it's a warm, hot day, it won't be able to get as cold because it only makes the temperature differential. So it's like it'll make it 30 degrees Celsius colder than it is around it. So yeah, I mean, if I let this sit, this would eventually get all the way down to like negative 10 degrees. But yeah, so this is an ice making device. It draws about 5 amps from 12 volts. There's a fan. So it comes to you like this. It's fully assembled, and yeah, it's icy. So, ooh, that's cold. And yeah, I can take the ice off. And then to show what the Peltier looks underneath. Oh, and then the Peltier is actually here. It's there's a foam insulator, which is a good idea, and then there's an aluminum plate on the top, which you can also see in the product photos. And there's just 2 screws to hold it down, and there's some conductive thermal paste as well to keep it nice and thermally conductive. And then just to show what the Peltiers look like, not in an assembly. Here they are. This is a 12-volt Peltier. So it's a couple millimeters thick. It's about 40 millimeters by 40 millimeters, so like 2.5 inches, whatever. Comes with 2 wires. You connect red to power and black to ground, and there you go. You're making cold. And this is a 5-volt one. Even though this is a 5-volt 1 amp, I found it draws a little bit more. It draws like 1 1/4, 1.5 amps. So you might want to make sure you have a 2 amp power supply for this guy. Another thing is, it is possible if you have a temperature differential, you can generate electricity from it. They're bidirectional, but these are not. They're not designed for that, so they're not as efficient for that as some other Peltiers. There are some Peltiers that are designed specifically for generating electricity from. These will do it, but they're kind of like not really good for it. Sort of how a generator is the same as an engine running backwards, but there's generator engines, and then there's engines that are meant for cars, and even though the idea is the same, they are tuned for that specific use. So if you have something that's really hot next to something that's really cold, you can generate a voltage across it. But yeah, it's like
you got some cool stuff in the store here, lady. This is
kind of harder.
Yeah, I just had to sneak in that cool thing again.
Okay. Good,
all right.
good.
Next up, we're gonna keep moving on here. We've got this button thing.
Yeah, these buttons are
button
interesting.
thing.
So I wanted to add to the we had a 3x4 matrix.
Keypad thing.
It's like keypads. Yes, this is a 4-pin keypad, and it's not matrixed. So there's actually 5 pins, 1 common, and then 4 pads. They're numbered 1 through 4. I just thought it'd be cool to have a smaller keypad. You can use it with anything. We give you some header. I can show it on the overhead. It's flexible. It has adhesive backing. Maybe one the overhead.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the overhead.
We're getting there. It's cool. Okay, so this is the buttons. So yeah, you can press the buttons. There's we give you this header, but you can also just stick some wire in this socket if you would like. Move this Peltier is icy over here. Okay, nice Peltier going. And then yeah, there's the flexi cable, and then this is also flexible. And then on the back is this paper backing, which you can remove.
Is there a temperature rating for the membrane? Folks wanted to know that.
I wouldn't use it in like anything outside of like standard electronics, which is I think 0 degrees to 70 degrees centigrade. But even 70 seems a little bit high. Maybe don't use it above like 50 degrees centigrade. They're really meant for like indoor use. They're not meant for outdoor use. And they're not meant for like, extreme situational use. But yeah, it's just a simple membrane button. Press it and it'll work.
Yeah.
We also have...
We have the other type.
The other type.
Yeah.
So show them the other type.
Yeah.
The other type... Actually, I like this one a lot. This is very interesting. So this is an extra long single button keypad with an LED embedded in it.
Oh, they want to know if this is waterproof.
It's weatherproof. You can't put it underwater, but it would survive a splashing. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's not like people like when they say waterproof, it means like you can dunk it underwater. You can't dunk it underwater.
Fold enough that it could fit through a panel that could be glued to the other side. I think so.
This? Yeah.
Yeah. You could. That's a clever way to do it too.
Yeah, you could. I mean, it kind of would be bendy and it might crease a little bit, but yeah, you could do that. But yeah, so this is a keypad with a single button, an LED built in, and the LED is separate than the button, but you can connect it so that the button also turns on the LED if you want, just by connecting the LED through the button, and I'll actually show that.
Okay.
And on the back, you can see how it's connected. There's a button, and then there's 3 pins. One is common, button, and then the LED positive and minus. So it's pretty easy to wire up any way you want. But yeah, the nice thing about it is how long it is. So let me show you how long it is. It is long. Okay. Long cable is long.
Oh, do you want me to go to this one? Yeah.
so long.
Well, that's the.
That's just the back.
Yeah.
But this is how long it is.
Yeah.
It's so long. It's like a foot and a half, maybe. It's pretty long. And I got this particularly because I thought it would be very good for wearable applications because it's soft. You can sew through it, and then you can have this on your outside of your jacket or your bag, and you can press the button, and it will light up to tell you if your project's on or not.
Yeah.
Or like to indicate like it's doing something. So I thought that would be kind of cool. So I'll show it on the red.
Okay.
One second. 1 second.
Oh, got some.
No, I got it. I just have to move my. So I have a little Arduino here, and it's just providing power. And I connected it so power is on one pin and ground is on the opposite pin. So actually the LED will light up when I push the button because it will close the connection between the power and ground across the LED. So yeah, so that's the LED. So it's a little red LED. It's a surface mount LED, but it's fairly bright. It's a little squishy, and then yeah, it's soft. And the if you peel off the backing, it's adhesive. You can stitch around the edge, which is kind of my thought process about what people might want to do with this tactile switch on a rope. It's also it's weatherproof. I wouldn't call it waterproof. I don't think it's meant for outdoor use, but you know, if you want to put it in a project that goes outside, that's probably fine. I mean, it's just not. You know, it's meant for like indoor use.
On the product page, we have the current usage of the LED.
It says a 20 milliamp LED standard.
You already know.
LED.
LED 8 is already on it.
Standard LED, red LED. You can look up any red LED specs, and it'll be exactly the same.
Okay, and with that was new products.
I forgot to sing the new product song.
Yeah, it's okay. All right, that was new products. Okay, we got a little bit of time. I'm gonna try to go fast.
It's so icy.
So
There's like ice crystals
we're gonna do top secret. It's not out yet. Don't ask.
Okay.
We got some cool stuff that it's not out yet, so don't ask.
Yeah.
You want me to start, or do you want to start?
You start and you tell me what you want me to do.
Okay. So the first thing that we have is the new Adafruit Raspberry Pi case, and it is fresh off the assembly line. We'll show it on the overhead in a second. We wanted to make the most beautiful case in the world, and what we couldn't find is the most beautiful case in the world. So we worked with Mike Dole, who designs our eye necklace and eye cufflinks and Arduino enclosures. One of the most talented 3D designer and maker of things. And we worked really hard on this. This has actually taken about 8 months altogether. This is a new thing for us. It's injection molded.
Yeah.
And let's go with the overhead.
Okay, I will show it. Actually, so the Model A, but you can pretend it's like a
Yeah,
Model
we were testing. We have some Model A's, so we wanted to make sure we tested
So
it.
this is the case, and we wanted to keep it really simple. So it's just a molded bottom case, and then the Raspberry Pi snaps in, and it fits nicely, and it's not so tight that like anything's gonna break, but it's definitely like, you know, it ain't going anywhere. So you can use this also as just like holding it in place. You want me to show? Oh yeah, and then there's the top, and we wanted to go with a clear top because I think the Raspberry Pi is kind of a beautiful board. And then this just snaps over.
Yeah.
There's a slot. You can have a GPIO cable. You can connect all your things. This has some extra ports that are not used because it's an A, not a B. But everything's connected. If you want to use it with the camera board. When we started this, we didn't have our low-profile SD card adapter or know about the camera, so we didn't have a slot for the camera or for the low-profile SD.
Yeah, but you want to be able to take the cards in and out.
The card actually, I actually like it because the card slots in very nicely, and it doesn't stick out too much because actually this is designed with a little bit of a curve. But if you want to use it, you don't just fly up.
Yeah, you just take the top off.
You just take the top off, except it's hard to do it when you're.
Can I see the case real quick?
Yeah.
Maybe you could show the clear case while I do a little swap out here.
Clear case.
The top of the clear.
Oh, the top one.
Yeah, that's the clear.
Yeah, so we have this like super high polished polycarbonate top.
Can I see the case again?
Super clear.
All right. And so the other thing I wanted to show, and this is just because we got someone in China sent us this. This is a mythical red Raspberry Pi.
Whoa.
These are made in China by Ego Man. It's the Chinese licensing company. They actually make a red version for the Chinese market. And we got one. Friends sent it to us, and I don't think anyone's ever seen these in the U.S.
Yeah.
So
this is really cool.
we can't sell these. This was just a gift.
Yeah.
But it's a cool thing.
Yeah, it's just like it's a Raspberry Pi Red 2. but it's
All
a
right.
PCB.
And then you have. Did you want to show anything else? Did you want to?
No, that's
it. That's
plenty.
not yet. Okay. So this is the Raspberry Pi case,
Yeah.
and we're really happy about it. We'll have these in the store next week. And
I like that you can take the top off, and
Yeah.
then this still snaps in.
oh, okay.
So if you want to use it
I'll put
with,
it on the overhead. Yeah.
oh, sorry, if you want to use it with like a shield or anything, or like connect anything to it, because sometimes you want to just like have something plugged into the GPIO, you can use it, and it will safely protect your Pi, and then you can slot an SD card in, and you can put the top on when you're done.
Yeah. Okay.
That's our design.
So that is our
I think it's
case.
the most beautiful design because like
Yeah.
it's not just a box. I mean, it's just like really beautiful. It's a really beautiful case.
Yeah.
So I can show like here's the USB ports, HDMI. Yeah, and it's just totally clear top. You can barely even see it. A lot of polishing of this mold.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mold's really heavy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's meant to be solid. It's a solid one. It sits on a desk. This is something that you can have friends over and say, look at this beautiful Raspberry Pi. We really like this as a desktop companion.
Yeah.
You have a computer running. Once again, the code is FilmFest. It's for our film festival. 10% off in the Adafruit store. Everything that's in stock. We're going to answer your questions now. Fire
Yes.
away your engineering questions, folks. Engineering questions.
Go for it.
Ask away. I'll try to get it down. Can you make an Arduino board based on the Atmega 644?
Sure, go for it.
Yeah. Is the Adafruit Pibo a permanent item now? Well, it's limited edition. We work with the Pimeroni folks. It could end, but we're
There's
stocking
no
it.
promises, but
Yeah,
as long as they
we're
keep
doing
sending
them.
them to us,
Yeah,
we'll
we're
sell
doing
them.
them. We're doing them. We're doing them. Do you know why the Arduino did not use a USB connector on the Arduino Classic?
The first one, because I think it had to be all through hole, and they didn't. They wanted to have a USB serial connector.
Lady Ada, what advice do you have for kids who want to become an engineer like you?
Build lots of really fun stuff.
Yeah.
That's the best thing. to
Yeah,
do.
and if you do that,
Here's
and
an
if
engineer.
you don't end up being an engineer, you still get to build all that cool stuff anyways.
Yeah, you should build cool stuff.
It's a good one.
Put googly eyes on more things.
Next generation BeagleBone Day. So
When we get them, we have them.
any day now, but
We have no control.
We'll have a lot of them. As always, Adafruit will be the best resource for all things BeagleBone. So I think this is a really solid release too. I like that the circuit board is black, personally.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Is there any way to do AES encryption or cryptography over the Arduino serial?
I don't think the Arduino can do any sort of encryption protocol.
Yeah.
It can barely do like multiply.
Is there a current
Including my
is there a current to temp graph for the Peltiers?
I don't, but a lot of it depends more on your heatsink ability more than the Peltier. Like the Peltier can do a much wider like temperature differential than you can get unless you spend a lot of money on a really good heatsink or like do a water cooling thing where you whisk away the heat very fast. So I think it's probably the same as most Peltiers, but your heatsink is the most important thing. Don't worry about the current too much.
Next up, I'm 12 years old. What? One of the eyes.
No!
One of our googly eyes.
It died.
No, he's Cyclops. It's fine. Can we put a big pirate patch? Would be cool on the side.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, better.
I'm 12 years old. What can I do to become more of a maker? Oh, there's hacker spaces. There's maker spaces. Build stuff online. Share your projects on Instructables. There's DIY.org. There's Make Magazine. Just get involved. We see kids all the time on our show and tell.
Make stuff with your parents.
Yeah, just
Make stuff with your friends.
Yeah, it's never been a better time to be a maker.
Start a maker space in your school.
Yeah. So.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Maybe your shop teacher will help you.
Yeah.
Most shop teachers are into that.
I'd say the most important thing is, listen to yourself. Trust yourself with this stuff because making stuff, you put your own person out there. It's you, and I think sometimes people get intimidated by that because it's a wide open internet. So. Encouragement is always great. You can come to places like Adafruit. We're always nice and we're a great community.
And show off stuff on the show and tell.
Yeah, showing stuff on the show and tell. And make sure that you think of the things that you get the value out of something. When you make something, pick the thing that you want to see the most, because no one can take that away from you. If you want to see a certain type of project, if you want to see something, make sure you have a special thing that you wanted to do. So when you release it, you're like, that's the thing I really wanted to get out in the world.
Yeah.
So
Costumes are cool.
yeah. Next up, do you stock the LCD temperature probe that you showed with the?
No, I got it from like a store for like pets and stuff. Like pets, like a reptile. supply place,
Next up, we should sell the Fun stock clips. They would look great with the Flora board. You know these? FAHNESTOCK clips.
No.
Can you email us a link to those? We'd like to check it out.
We like alligator clips. They look really good with the Flora.
Next up, how many 3D printers can you get at once? Well, we just sold all of our MakerBots. We don't have a limit. We're gonna get
buy
more
them all
stuff.
if we had them, but that's a lot of shipping.
Yeah. Next up, I've looked at PrintBrock Junior. Really like it. What do you guys think? Well, you know, we wanted to have the best value for people who want to do 3D printing, so we did a lot of research. And if you look at the Make 3D Printing Guide, or if you look at some of Matt Griffin's articles on it, I think in that Make Special Edition.
We also did a post about
Replicator 2 is the one.
Yeah, we did a post also about like the Make Guide, and also we did a post recently. There was like somebody did an online like, here's all the different printers and what they're good at. Because some are like, if you want a portable one, there's better ones, and if you want one that's lower cost and one that can do certain kinds of materials, like there's a lot of differences.
Yeah. Next up, someone suggested the Knight Rider LED bar on the pick and place. Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of things that we want to do.
There's going to definitely be LED stuff, but you can't do so much that it messes with the vision system.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
Next up, could Ask an Engineer code be free shipping? No, we do 10% off of everything in stock. If you order $250 more or more, and you're in the US, you get free UPS ground shipping.
And you can use both at the same time.
You can use both at the same time, and if you order a 350 or more, you get a free Raspberry Pi. You can actually do some pretty good damage tonight.
Yeah, you can get 10% off, a free Pi, and free shipping.
Yeah.
Seriously, most places don't let you do like.
Can you make the pick and place a character in the puppet show? The pick and place will probably make appearances in the show. Next up, how can I persuade my school to start a shop class again? You know, there's a lot of ways you can do it. Schools are hard to get stuff done, so you may want to start your local makerspace. You might want to start a petition in the school. You might want to have your local library as a space that you can do stuff. It's hard, but you know what? It's worth it. You can run for student government and have that as one of your platforms. That you'll bring a 3D printer, maybe modernize a shop class. You know, it's hard to convince people maybe to have giant saws, but when you say 3D printers and innovation in America,
3D printers it's like you don't need like a dust collector and like safety training. I mean, you should be safe, but it's really hard to hurt yourself.
Yeah.
You have to like touch it or something for like a long time.
You know, you can work with all the different groups that are part of schools. Sometimes there's like First Robotics, there's student council, there's PTAs, there's go to the principal, write a letter. You know, schools are trying so hard to inspire kids to want to be interested in making things and do science and engineering.
Yeah.
When a school says no to things like this, you can ask them, you can press them why. What are you going to say okay to?
Yeah.
What is okay then? What type of message?
This is like deep.
Well, it's true, right?
Yeah.
It's a good time to do it.
It's hard.
Yeah, and like get your friends together. Do a shop class sit-in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop talking now. I'm giving kids all sorts of bad ideas.
This is really intense.
Yeah. So next up.
Stuff because kids don't pay the taxes, so don't listen to them as much.
Kids pay taxes. Does Energy Boost work for the iPhone 5? Yes.
Yeah.
It does.
We tested it.
It does. All right. For the prize tonight, because let's get ready to do the trivia question. We're gonna do the trivia question. Trivia question time, Lady Ada.
Okay.
What are the rules?
To live, the universe, and everything.
Yeah,
the rules for the contest are: if you've won something before, please chill out, have a grape soda or something, and let somebody else win a fabulous prize. The first person with correct spelling and all typed correctly into the chat is the winner.
You know what you're going to win tonight?
What are they going to win tonight?
A Raspberry Pi Model A.
Not that one, but a new one. One that we haven't like touched our like dirty fingers on.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty clean.
Also, that's the one that Eben gave me, and I can't.
Yeah.
I can't give the one
A
away.
Raspberry
It's a
Pi
gift.
Model A. So the trivia question is, first person to type it in the chat, what is the model of that pick and place machine? What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? The model.
What is it?
It's a
What-
Samsung something
What?
something. It's
What,
a
what,
specific
what?
model number.
Not,
Give you a hint.
not googly eyes.
Yeah, 5 characters all together. You can look on our. You can look on Adafruit, and I'm looking for the full.
You did the full number.
Oh, Dustin Evans, TechWin SMT SM482.
That is correct.
You just I would have I would have been okay with like just SM482, but you got it, Dustin Evans.
TechWin.
Email us support@adafruit.com. You get a very rare Raspberry Pi Model A. They're starting to ship in the world, but we got a few, and this one's one of
Put
them.
your hand against this cold thing. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
It's cold.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like icy, frozen. Ah.
All right.
Ice Maker. Ice Maker Supreme.
Oh, what's the difference between Model A and Model B? We'll do a quick question with this. Basically, they removed some parts and lower power consumption and
Actually, we also
lower
did
cost.
a video.
Yeah, we have a
If
video.
you check on our site, there's a video we did at difference between the Model A and Model B.
Yeah.
Okay.
How are you guys still awake? I would be so sleepy.
I'm sleepy.
Yeah. There's a point when you can just keep going,
I keep putting my hand against this cold thing, and I'm like, ow, I'm awake.
Yeah.
Ow, I'm awake.
and exhaustion can take you into different places. It's not a fun bus to be in, but yeah, we're exhausted. We're gonna go home and go sleep. Okay. We're heading out.
That's right.
Another Ask an Engineer in the can, as they say.
Yeah. We have one Google.
Tune in next week. Show until 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Probably won't have googly eyes next week.
Ask an Engineer, 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Special thanks to everybody in the chat. All the staff who showed up. John Engineer, Paint Your Dragon, UStreamBot, Becky,
Yeah,
George,
UStreamBot.
and special thanks to all the show and tell participants. Special thanks to everybody who watched the show. Thanks for joining us on this crazy adventure and hanging in there. Don't forget the code is FilmFest, 10% off everything that's in stock in the Adafruit store. Please enter the Adafruit.
Enter.
See, here's the deal. This is like
Somebody's gonna get $600.
$600 worth of the Adafruit store that I wanted to keep it 6 and 6. I wanted to keep that theme and everything. I was like, well, if someone does a really cool video, I want to give more than $60. So I did $600. Not cheap, but we want to play around with this idea of people winning like Adafruit gear for sharing the things that they love, the electronics project they do.
And it doesn't have to have Adafruit stuff in it.
Doesn't have to have Adafruit. You can have anything in it.
This is gonna be the coolest one.
Yeah. So and if you go on Twitter and just look at the hashtag, you'll see a lot of cool projects and stuff.
Yes.
Okay. We got a cat picture. MOSFET's not here. We're in a factory. Cat's not allowed. This is a sleepy MOSFET. He's just sleeping. Isn't that cute?
Oh, that's today?
Yeah. No.
Oh no, that was a long time ago.
Sleepy cat photo.
Yeah, that's how he sleeps.
That's how he sleeps.
Oh,
Meow, meow.
embarrassing.
And
Was he like chewing on his ankle or something? Like what?
yeah, he just likes to sleep.
What's going on?
And with that, here is your moment of Zener.